Well, armed police in Scotland have shot dead a man after a stabbing incident in central Glasgow. Let's get the latest details from Matthew in the queue.
Good evening, Tokes. Yes, this has been a developing story throughout the day. Let me bring you up to date with the latest information we have from Police Scotland in a statement released via Twitter confirming that the incident is not being treated as terrorism and an investigation is underway. We know that the situation on the ground there in Glasgow is contained. They are not looking for anybody else in relation to this incident. We know that, again, one male suspect has been shot dead by armed officers. 6 other people, including a police officer, are currently being treated for their injuries in hospital. Well, let me put this on a map for you and explain exactly what's going on. Verified UGC from around the scene, that has confirmed to us that this took place outside the Park Inn Hotel in the centre of Glasgow. That's on West George Street. This would have been at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a busy Friday afternoon. This is around the scene where the stabbing took place. We know, as I say, from UGC on the ground, there was a heavy police presence there. Let me show you a video that was sent to me and uploaded to Twitter by Patrick. He was walking through the city with his partner. He told me that he saw around 3 ambulances in attendance and at least 10 police cars, as well as armed officers at the scene. Other witnesses that we have spoken to in the Cube saying that they saw injured people lying on the ground outside the hotel and police leading others outside in an incident. Well, let me show you another UGC video uploaded by Scott Biddle by Adele Mills to Twitter. This again, you can see there, police outside that scene, armed police with armed vehicles outside there. You can see people walking out, hands on their heads, as police treat this incident in a very serious manner. This is the latest that we know. As I say, it is not being treated as terrorism, but we know 6 people are still in hospital. Well, this is the reaction from Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon.
This is a situation that has undoubtedly shaken Glasgow today and shaken Scotland today, but the police have dealt with it. There is no ongoing threat to the public. The assessment is that it is not a terrorist-related incident. That said, there are 6 individuals in a critical condition as a result of injuries that they have sustained, and all of our thoughts and good wishes this evening should be with them.
Well, for more on this, we can now speak to Carla Jenkins. She's a journalist with the Glasgow Times. Thank you very much for your time this evening. We really appreciate it on Euronews tonight. Can you just tell us more about what the scene is like in the city at the moment?
Yeah, so right now Glasgow is currently, the West George Street is closed, and there was a lot of people there earlier on today. Obviously we're still moving out of the lockdown phase in Glasgow, so not as many people were in the city as usual. Usually it's a very busy street, West George Street, lots of offices, and it's right next to the very popular shopping district of Buchanan Street and also Sauchiehall Street with the train station down the bottom. Today it was full. A lot of people were evacuated. They were kind of kept out from their people were taken out of their offices, but we did have members of the public standing on the street watching what was going on, as well as lots of journalists. Even just from the scenes on Twitter, there were a lot of people kind of taking videos and pictures of their own. I think that people were quite keen to find out what was going on and see it from their own eyes. I should stress, though, there wasn't as many people in the town as there usually are, and a lot of people were kind of standing back and keeping in line with what the police were telling them to do. But it's just shocking scenes in Glasgow today.
And we know that Nicola Sturgeon, we heard her there, described this as truly dreadful. What has the reaction been from other politicians within the country?
I think people are just completely in shock that this has happened. We've seen Keir Starmer and Boris Johnson have commented on it. Priti Patel also has commented on it. And also, we've seen the council leader in Glasgow City Council, saying this is tragic and it's shocking, and it's sentiments that are mirrored by the people as well in Glasgow City. It's almost like you just can't believe something like this has happened during such a difficult time as well with coronavirus and moving out of our lockdown phase. I think people are really just in shock, if I'm honest, and it's hard to believe this is happening.
Carla Jenkins there, journalist with the Glasgow Times. We really appreciate your time on the programme. So, Tokes, as you confirmed there, we have to know that 6 people are currently injured, treated for their injuries in hospital, and authorities in Scotland urging people not to share false rumours about this incident.
Matthew, thanks for taking a look at that story for us.